everyone. So in this video, we'll be learning how to extract data from a web page. We have already learned how to extract data from a text file, the link to which is attached in the description. Now, continuing in the same trend, we'll be learning how to extract data from a web page. So many a times data on a web page is in such a format which cannot be copied due to various restrictions placed by the owner of the website or the host of the website, or the data may be updated real time and it may become cumbersome to keep staying on that very page the entire day. So in these situations, it is helpful to extract data from the web page into Excel. Now to do this, first, let's find a site which has such a data. So in our first example, we'll be taking the example of IndiaStat, which contains the projected population of India, China, and the world. However, if you can notice, I am not able to copy this data. Now, instead of typing these numbers by myself, I can simply extract this data into Excel. To do this, I'll go to an Excel file, new sheet. I'll go to the data tab, then to the get and transform ribbon. Over here, I'll go to the new query option. Under this scroll down, I'll select other sources and then to from web. So over here, this pop-up is asking me a URL. So I'll copy this URL, which is a uniform resource locator, and I'll paste it over here, and then I'll select OK. So as you can see, this is a navigator, which is a part of the Power Query, which allows us to link a web page with an Excel. Power Query allows us to start with other features also. It helps us to analyze our data in a more better fashion. And if we use VBA, which is nothing but a little bit of coding in Excel, we can make the Excel work on its own. So the Power Query is extracting data over here from the web page. As you can see, my data has been extracted successfully. So now let's see what these table content. So the document table over here contains the data site information. That is basically the category or the type of the data available on that website. On the other hand, table 0 actually contains my data, as you can see. However, I noticed that there are a few columns which contain nothing, like they are basically blank. So it is better to remove such a column and such repetitive rows. So to change the data or to transform the data, I will be going to transform data option. Now, as you can see, a Power Query editor has come up on my screen. So the Power Query is actually what is linking my data at the back end or on the Google Chrome or any other website with my Excel sheet. So over here, I'll be editing and I'll keeping only those features which I require. So I have to select the columns which I want to extract. As I can see over here, column 2, column 4, and column 6 are blank. That is basically they do not contain any data. So I will go to choose columns. And I will only check on those columns which I want to keep. So I'll uncheck 2, 4, and 6. And then I'll press on OK. So my data has automatically been shortened. Now, as you can see, my first row, that is the header of the these columns, are system generated options of column 1, column 2, and column 3. However, my second row contains the actual header which should have come, that is year, India, and China. So to do this, to ensure that year, India, China become my column headers, I will first remove this projected population row because it is unnecessary. To remove this, I'll use the remove row option, remove top rows, and I'll select the rows. As in, I'll add the number of rows which are to be removed sequentially from the top. So it is just one row which I have to remove. basically this one. So I'll do 1 and I'll press on OK. So now here India, China has become my first row. Now to make this as the header of my columns, I will use this option of use first row as header. So as you can see here, India and China has now become the headers of my columns. Now this last row is also unnecessary because it contains nothing but the source of the data, which is also repetitive in every column. So to ensure that it does not happen, I will go to remove rows and I'll remove the bottom row. So I think my data is ready to be extracted. Now to extract this data, I'll select on close and load. So my data has been successfully extracted as a table over here. And this table is something which I can edit also. So I basically did not have to type the data. I could simply extract it from the website. There are many data like these which are huge in number of rows and columns, which might not get extracted from the web pages. So to ensure that we sequentially and we easily extract data, this is one of the best methods. So now that we have extracted our data, let's try to understand more about the functionalities that this offer me, that Power Query offers to me. So as you can see that there is a side area which has popped up, which contains nothing but the workbook queries, which is like a table of contents, and it contains all the tables which are running at the moment on this workbook. Right. So as you can see, I have table 0, which has been extracted, and it contains the time when it was last refreshed, the load status, the source of the data, and an option to edit my data. That is, again, we'll go back to Power Query Editor if we require. So now if I want to remove this column, I can select delete, and this column, this entire data which has been extracted, will simply be removed by Excel. So now let's understand how do we refresh the data. So to refresh the data, we'll select anywhere on the column on the table, and we'll go to the table tools design tab. Over here to the external data, table data ribbon, and over here we'll select on refresh. There is a shortcut for refreshing, which is Alt F5. So if I press on Alt F5, the same thing will happen. Now, when I refresh the data, you can also notice that a background query is being running over here, which actually connects back to the web page, which is over there, which is running, which is on the Google Chrome. And it will reconnect my data and relink it and try to extract all the new figures, any updated figures which are available over there. So now if I see over here, the last refresh data is at 11:58, which is right now the time. So now let's see, this table is nothing but a table which appears normally on an Excel. So basically I can remove that, I can change the table name to any other table name that I want. Say I change it to population TB. Right, so population table is the name of this table now, and I can add or remove the table style options. I can change the designing into any other format of my wish. Right, so now say suppose I want to add a total row. So I've added a total row, and the function which is running over here is subtotal. But I noticed that the data which is actually being extracted is incorrect. So for the guesses, why is it incorrect? It is actually because the data is being extracted as a text and not as a number. So we need to change the format of the data. To change the format of the data, I'll simply go to the Power Query Editor. I can either access Power Query Editor from here in the edit option, or I can simply go to the Query Tools tab and I will select on edit. So you see the Power Query Editor has reopened in front of us. So now to change the table, the data type of the data which has been extracted, first I'll simply select the column in which I want to change the data type. After selecting the column, we'll go to the data type option which is over here, and we'll change the data type to whole number. So as you can see, the data type has now changed from a text to a whole number. Similarly, I'll do the same thing for China and world. To select multi columns together, as in multiple columns together, you can use the control key, and then select 2, 3 columns, how many ever columns you want to select, and then go to data type and to whole number. So now my data has been extracted as a number, and then I again close and load. So as you can see, again the background query has been run, and now my data has been extracted as a whole number. So now I'll again apply the total row here. And now if you see, the functionality is working absolutely fine. So if I want the maximum data, which I have it right now, it is 10853. And if I want the sum, it is giving me the sum. So this is how we use the Power Query editor. There are more features related to Power Query. For example, we can unlink the data, and henceforth we'll be creating a notification tracker, which is especially useful for a person who is pursuing a professional degree or who is practicing as a professional. For instead of actually going to every regulatory site to keep ourselves updated with various notifications, we'll be able to extract them simply on an Excel sheet. However, one drawback that the Excel Power Query editor has when we extract from a web page is that it cannot extract data which is stored in JavaScript, which can be ascertained from, well, like if we simply scroll over the data on a web page, we generally see that a JavaScript void comes over here on the left hand side corner. So if that appears, then that site cannot be extracted by Excel. In all other cases, we'll be able to extract. So for example, if we would want to extract data from an RBI site, that would not have been possible because it is in JavaScript void format. So please stay tuned to the channel, like, share, and subscribe to our videos. We'll soon be coming up with a new feature of notification tracker. So we hope to see you there too. Thank you.